We are here with Tom Filer of Math Crazy, and he's here to tell us all about what that is in case it's something your kids might need, or maybe you just want to brush up yourself. Who knows? But welcome, Tom.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
We're happy to have you.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Math Crazy.
All right. Well, Math Crazy's been around for 20 years or better now, and we do private tutoring, one-to-one, and we have offices in Madera, Ranchos, and in Fresno. So.
Okay.
We do science, reading, math, but mainly we specialize in math.
All right. And is there like a certain age range that you work with specifically?
Probably our youngest student is 5, and the oldest student we ever had was 89.
Oh, wow. So there's technically no age limit, which is good to hear.
So pretty much all the way through.
And I'm sure it would be a very valuable asset, especially for college-age people as well.
We do a lot of college-age tutoring, and we do a lot of high school tutoring. And one of the things that we've come to specialize in over the years is our SAT prep, which is SAT is the big test that you take prior to getting into college.
Yeah.
And so that's what I wanted to talk about today, if we could.
Of course. So, why should we consider Math Crazy specifically when it comes to SAT testing that college isn't providing?
Right. So the SAT test is the big test that you take. It used to be that grades were the biggest determiners for getting you into college. College or high schools now have changed. They have all the AP classes now. We all know that there are teachers that are easy teachers and there are teachers that are hard teachers, and so it's becoming more and more difficult for the colleges to determine just straight from your grade point average if you're going to be successful in their college. And so the thing that's kind of the one they go off now, it's because it's the same for everybody, is the SAT test. So they can really determine from their SAT score how well you're going to do at their college. And the thing that we always forget about colleges is that they're a business like any other business. And college wants you to do two things. They want you to graduate because they know you want to graduate. And they also want you to become a donor to their endowment funds. And most colleges are not self-supporting. And so they depend on people graduating from college, and then, like me, they get a letter every year saying, hey, remember us? Remember how we helped you? Now it's your turn to write a check to us. And so what the endowment funds let them do is hire the best teachers, recruit the best students, keep the best facilities going. So they really do require a big part of money from their donors, and the colleges have figured out that the students that do well on their SAT are more likely to graduate, and if they're more likely to graduate, then they're more likely to join that pool of people that become potential donors.
Interesting. I figured there had to be money involved with that answer.
Somewhere, yeah. Somewhere there's always money.
I didn't think it was that specifically, but I figured colleges want two things. They want you to leave and they want your money. So it's very primal.
Another thing that people don't understand is there's actually 3 things that they're looking for when they look for a potential student to come to their college. And the third thing, so the first would be, high school graduate, good SAT score, good grade, point average. But the third part of that is they want students that have volunteered to nonprofits. Because again, their studies show that if you take the kids that take the time to volunteer as little kids, as high schoolers, make better donors. And again, that's, follow the money, right? So if you can document and spend some time, donating your time and efforts as a kid, that will really help you get into a good college. More than you'd expect.
Yes, and in your experience, what could be the most lucrative way to invest in preparing for the SATs in a way that's not going to break the bank? Okay,
so there's 3 basic ways you prepare for the SAT. The cheapest one and the easiest one is to go down to Barnes & Noble and purchase a book. It's about $30. Good luck, goodbye, good luck, and we hope you can read the book and follow it and understand. The next best way would be to go to a seminar, either online or actually at a hotel. They have them. You're going to sit with a couple hundred kids. Cost is about $150 on up, and really no time to ask questions because you're in a seminar, but you'll learn more than you probably would learn with just by yourself in your bedroom with a book.
Yes, for sure.
The best way to do it is with a private tutor, and that's what we do. I won't name any names, but our main competition their entry-level program is about $2,500. You'll get a very own tutor. You'll get a great curriculum, but it's pretty costly.
Oh yeah, it's practically tuition right there. It's like, oh, I know how to do it, but I can't go to school now.
Yeah. So we have two programs. One runs $400. A much more extensive one runs $800. But again, much more expensive than the other two options, but much cheaper than $2,500, $5,000, which you can easily spend.
Oh my. And in your experience as a private tutor, what are like some of the most basic study habits someone could develop that they can use to like retain information they learn? Like, what are some of the best tips?
That's really good. It would take me a seminar to really go into all the tips. Suffice it to say, though, and I'm kind of glad you asked that question, because people think that just because I did really well in my math classes in high school, I'm going to get a great SAT score. And there really is very little correlation. Mm-hmm. You really do need to, look into this test, get a book, get a tutor, go to seminars, do all three, because there really are some specific tips that we can show you that are the kinds of questions they're going to ask and get you better prepared. A lot of people go into this test thinking it's just like any other test they've had in high school. It really isn't. It really is its own unique bird, and it really does pay off when you study and prepare for this exact test, especially with people that know what they're doing, have helped other people through it. It's the best money you can spend. If you think about your college decision takes you to the college you're going to go to. You're going to meet the people that you're going to network with. That's going to get you that job. You're very likely going to meet your spouse in college. So all of these huge decisions, these big things that are so important to your life, spouse, networking, college, where your career is going to go, are all based on the college you choose. And so leaving anything to chance is foolish. And one of those things starts with your SAT prep.
Absolutely. Like you got to take the time to invest in the things that are going to last, for sure.
And you can't take chances. Colleges aren't risky. They're not just grabbing people out of a hat going, I hope this person, let this person come. They're really poring over the applications, trying to figure out who's got the best chance of graduating from their college, and then who's going to make the best donor once they get out. So they're not leaving anything to chance. Why should we, as the consumer?
My goodness, I never thought about or even considered the donor part. So that's kind of interesting, to consider that aspect of it as an applicant.
Right, and the bottom line is no college has the money to actually put the college together. They get money from the government, they get money from the students. When Stanford has an application of a student that's brilliant off the charts but is very poor, they can still take that student because their endowment program is in the hundreds of millions of dollars. So they can afford to give that child scholarships. And that's actually one more thing I kind of want to say.
Of course.
And that is that people think the SAT score now is so important. It's the biggest determiner on getting into college, and that's true. So they say, well, why do I even worry about my grades? My SAT score is really going to unlock the door. It's not my grades, and that's true. But the grades are still important because scholarships, the scholarship foundations out there don't have access to your SAT scores. So what do they have access to? They have access to you, and they basically have access to your grades. And so their biggest determiner is still grades. If unless your dad is Bill Gates and you need money to get into school and pay off school debts, spending that extra time on your homework at night, getting good grades in high school is still the best way to get scholarships, which, of course, will help out. So
sure.
We still want good grades. That's still important. But SAT scores more than likely are going to be what gets you into the college.
Yeah, absolutely. And how can people reach you if they're interested in utilizing your services?
Okay, so we have tutoring for if you're in the class itself and you need help getting through geometry or algebra 2 or algebra 1 or any class. They can call us at 439-6700, and they'll talk to my lovely wife Patricia, who will tell them more about our program and how it works. And then again, we have the 2 offices, one in Madera Ranchos for the ones in the North Valley, and then one in Fresno by Bullard High School.
Okay.
For the Fresno kids. But because we're now in a global economy, we're now competing against not just people in California, not against people even in America, but people all over the world. Today's students will need every single bit of help they can get along the way to give them that edge, to give them that advantage. And there's an old saying, you think education is expensive, try ignorance. And so we just think it's a good investment.
Absolutely. That's the best closing line I've ever heard. It's so real. But thank you so much,
You're
Tom, for
welcome.
being here with us
No, thank
today.
you for having me.
Of course. Is there anything you wanted to add before we go to commercial?
I just appreciate you guys giving us the chance to talk about, Math Crazy, and, we really do feel like it's, we've been blessed to do it so many years, and we've just seen, we now actually have kids that we had as teenagers that have grown up, gone to college, gotten married, and have their own children, and now they're putting their children in Math Crazy. So we're like getting second generation clients.
That's so cool.
So that really is really cool for us to, ponder and think about, so it's like second generation.
It's a family company.
Too legit to quit, so we're going to be around for a while longer.
For sure. Thank you so much, though. What a wonderful service you have for our California and, our youth out here. It's a wonderful service, and
Thank you.
we hope you'll be back to share more with
We'll
us.
do it. Thank you for having me.
For sure. Stay right here on Central Valley Business. We'll be right back after these messages.